Hey guys, this is Page from Beebom.com, and everyone out there is talking about iOS 14's new features like the home screen widgets, the app library and whatnot, most of which is Android inspired by the way, but I'm going to talk about something different. I'm going to talk about iOS 14's new exciting privacy features which, by the way, blow away Android, completely destroy Android's privacy features. So this is the iPhone 11 Pro running iOS 14 beta. So let's talk about the new privacy features, let's compare it to Android, let's get started. Okay, so iOS has always been the more privacy-friendly OS, we all know that, and iOS 14's privacy features are pretty amazing. I mean, I've been using the OnePlus 8 running the Android 11 beta, and coming from that to the iPhone now, it's just a big difference in terms of privacy features. See, iOS 14 has completely changed, or I think revamped is the current word, so it has completely revamped all of the permissions that we use every single day. First of all, it has this local network permission that I wasn't even aware of. I mean, when I was just kind of setting up the iPhone for use, I installed Facebook and opened it up and I got this prompt. Facebook would like to connect to other devices on my network. Now that's insane, and yeah, like I said, I did not even know this existed. It basically means Facebook communicates and it's kind of spying on other devices that are on my network. Now it's not just Facebook, I also installed PUBG Mobile on the iPhone. I mean, obviously I needed a little break, and surprise, surprise, I got the same local network permission prompt from PUBG Mobile as well. Now the interesting fact is I hit don't allow on both the apps and they work like normal, so they don't really need it but they want it, which makes me wonder if they're taking this permission by default on Android. Also, as you can see, even YouTube wants this permission. Now coming back to the usual permissions that we use every single day, on iOS 14 you know every time an app is using the camera or the microphone. See, when you allow an app like say Instagram to use the camera, you get this green dot on the top just around the right of the notch. See this? Yeah, it's a very subtle dot, but this lets you know that your camera is in use. Same with the microphone. When the mic is active, you get the orange dot that looks like this. So you know how we all have this conspiracy theory that apps are listening to us, be it Facebook, YouTube or Instagram, and they show us these ads based on what we talk about? Well, with these green and orange dots on the top, we at least know when an app is using the camera or the mic, and that's definitely good to know. Even the control center now shows you the app that recently took the camera or the mic permission, and yeah, again, it's very handy. Android obviously does not have a similar feature, but MIUI does. I remember using MIUI 12 and it also has these icons for when mic, location or camera is being used. It's great, but most probably we'll see it in Android next year, maybe. Anyway, it's not just the camera or the mic permission. iOS 14 makes sure that no app has access to all of the photos or media in your phone. See, generally when I install a photo editing app to say edit one photo or two, I have to give it permission to access all of the media stored on the phone. And shouldn't the app be getting access to only that one or two photo that I want to edit? Well, I did not think of this ever, but iOS 14 brings the exact same feature. Okay, so let me give you an example. So when I try editing a photo on one of the photo editing apps on the iPhone, there are three options. Select photos, allow access to all photos, don't allow. Now, when I select photos, I select the photos I want to edit, and the photo editing app only gets access to that one photo or the photos I've selected. It works in every single app, so I don't have to give complete access to my photo library or even the videos to any of the apps out there. How awesome is this? It's crazy good. Next up, the location permission has more control in iOS 14. See, on the iPhone, I don't have to give every single app my exact location, basically where I live or where I'm going, and that's super useful. I mean, I want to check into Facebook from time to time, but I don't want it to know exactly where I am. And that's where iOS 14's new Approximate Location comes in. So when Facebook asks you for the location permission, like Android, in iOS you get these three options. Allow once, allow while using the app, and don't allow. This is fine, but what's actually interesting is this precise button here, see? So I can turn this off and you can see the blue dot turning into a big circle, which means the app isn't getting my pinpoint location. It's getting an approx location, which is fine because it's still listing me all the popular places nearby to check in. Now I know some apps like say Uber will require precise location, so you can give them that permission from the settings. Either way, this is a super cool privacy feature because this way apps don't know where I live, the places I go to, and any other personal detail, and it's great. Now, along with more control and more functionality in the camera and mic permission, the location permission, iOS 14 also makes it tough for companies and apps to track users. I mean, we know that certain apps track us, right? But can we do anything about it? Now we can on iOS. See, the apps that track you, they will have to ask you guys specifically if you want to be tracked. Yep, that's right. In the privacy settings, there's a new tracking option where you can allow apps to request you to track. Yeah, I'm going to deny that request every single time. Even in the Wi-Fi settings, there's a new option, use private address, which prevents network operators from tracking your iPhone by basically using a random MAC address. Now, this is a feature that's present in Android, but yeah, super useful. Another interesting thing I came across on Twitter is that iOS 14 now notifies you when an app or widget accesses the clipboard without even asking for permission. So I can just copy something from Notes, and now when I open Chrome, it says on the top, Chrome pasted from Notes, which means it accessed the clipboard. Wow, another thing I did not know, and this is useful because sometimes you have things like bank account details copied. Safari 2 has new privacy features. Now, I honestly don't use Safari on my MacBook Air or on the iPhones when I'm using an iPhone, but it has gotten more secure and private. As you can see, it has this tracking report feature which lists down all the cross-site trackers that are being blocked by the tracking prevention feature in Safari. Now you can see that Safari even blocks Google Analytics trackers, so it's basically blocking Google from getting our info. Now let's compare it to Chrome. But wait, why should we? I mean, Chrome is meant for tracking, right? With iOS 14, you'll also be able to sign into more apps using Sign In with Apple, because you'll be able to upgrade your usual Google or Facebook accounts to sign in with Apple accounts. So you will be able to sign in with Apple in different apps with ease because it does not require to remember passwords. It only gives away your name and no other details. So it's a lot more private and very easy. Apart from that, with the future iOS 14 update, App Store listings will have a separate privacy information section where you'll see all the permissions an app is taking. And this is a feature that Android has had for quite some years. So yeah, it's definitely good to see it on iOS. So that was a lot of great privacy features in iOS 14, and I'm pretty sure all of you guys know that I've always been an Android fan, and I still honestly like Android more. But when it comes to privacy features, iOS 14 on the iPhone is just way more impressive. Look, I understand now why people have this perception of iPhones being more private and secure. It's actually not a perception, it's true. Coming from Android level, let me just say that the latest Android version feels kind of basic in terms of privacy and security features now that I've used iOS 14 on the iPhone. If you ask me, Android is just not there. See, a lot of iOS 14 features are inspired from Android, I know that. So I hope Android 12 brings privacy features inspired by iOS 14. Well, iOS 14 has a long list of new features and Apple did not talk about them on stage, but we have a detailed article on the same, so check it out from the link down below. And yeah, tell us your favorite privacy feature in iOS 14 and something that you want in your Android smartphone. Tell us in the comment section below. Also, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and make sure to share it with your friends. Lastly, subscribe to our channel for more amazing tech videos. Well, that's me signing off. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next one.